we are live. We got Alec here, and I saw Spirit was in here, and we have a lot of figure reveals to go through.
Hey, everybody, again, I'm back.
Princess Adley is here, and also is Mayor Aaron. Now, before
Nobody cares about you.
That's true. Now, before we get started, we just want to say, rest in peace to Hulk Hogan. I was not a huge fan of Hulk as a human being, but I don't think anyone's death should be celebrated. And I've seen a lot of people posting some pretty cruel things. And like I said, I was never a fan of him as a person, but at the end of the day, a lot of people are affected by his passing, whether it be fans or family members. And it's sad. It's really sad. So I just had to say that, but I wanted to get that out of the way. And I know in the past I've said some things that I don't like Hulk as a person and all that. But as I mentioned, I don't want anyone to ever hurt or be sad. But yeah, so we can put up
looks like a dinosaur, not a giraffe.
I think it's supposed to be a giraffe. We got a cow and a giraffe.
Ooh, I don't know who
Is it too loud on your headphones? Here, we'll turn it down. Yeah, we are. We're getting a Bull Nakano figure, buddy. Oh yeah, that's how we want it. Me blocked out. All right, so we have a lot of women's figure reveals to go over. So, Spirit got the Jade figure, the giveaway. Yay! All right, so you want to grind through these figure reveals, buddy?
Yeah.
Women's figure reveals. Okay. So there was a lot shown, and I will say, hold on, you can't even see me. You can't even see me.
The problem there is.
Oh, I will say that I was really happy. I think it was last year or the year before when I just went off. I made the pipe bomb video because there just was not a whole lot of women figures shown. But this time around, I'm very content, very happy. They did show, Mattel specifically did show like, hey, we understand that there's a lot of women that need figures, and here you go. Now, there's a lot of questionable decisions, such as a lot of the male-dominated lines have no women. The Monday Night Wars line does have a Chyna, but that's it, and that's kind of lame. There should be more. The Legends line, we are getting a Bull Nakano. We're getting a Michelle McCool, but that should have more women. And then that LJN line, which in my opinion is probably going to crush the big rubber guys because those things are like $50, and there's no way Mattel sells them for $50. But let's get into I was hoping for an Alexa figure too. See, things like that kind of show me like, okay, maybe they don't really care or have their finger on the pulse with the women's figures. But, this was definitely a good. It was last year when I made the pipe bomb. Yeah. So I was happy. So let's get into it. And we're going to start right out here. We're going to be in the corner.
You're being a little loud.
Let me turn it. Okay. So let's start off with Ultimate Editions. Now, something important to note, guys, is that I'm pretty sure you can't even see me. I'm pretty sure the Ultimate Editions, if you look at the waist, they have new articulation. The articulation looks a lot like a ball and socket joint, like what they have on, I guess kind of the AEW women's figures. No, they don't really have that. What am I thinking of? Like the Boss Fight Studio figures. Like if you look close, let me get out of the way. If you look close, you can see that it seems like they do have that ball and socket type joint now. So that's going to be a lot more movement. I'm super excited. Now the Tiffy we'll get to in a couple images, and you'll see that there is a new hip articulation, like waist, I should say. Mm-hmm. So this is Rhea here. I'm excited for this. Oops. Princess, what's your overall thoughts on this Rhea Ripley Ultimate Edition?
Is this the one you told me you liked?
Yeah, I told her that I like this, and I was like, you probably won't like it because it kind of looks scary, but I give it 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up for me.
I'm not a huge fan of Rhea Ripley, but if I did, I'd give it 2 thumbs up, but I'm not really a fan of her, so I'll give it 1 thumbs down.
That's fair. Like if you're a Rhea Ripley fan, this is awesome. This is going to be cool. What's up, Christian? Welcome. All right, so yeah, I'm excited, and I'm glad that you don't have to buy a full-scale ring to get this Rhea Ultimate. It's going to be sick. All right, next up we have, say it.
Chelsea Green.
Yeah, and this looks awesome. Again,
the Wendy Chu thing. You have to put your hood on.
I gotta put my hood up for the Wendy Chu shout out. So if you look at her midsection there, it does look like it's a new articulation that's going to allow a lot more movement. But I love this attire. I can't believe they went with the attire with all the little Chelseas all over. I freaking love it. That primary face sculpt and scan looks just like her. The other two look like Amanda Bynes. Do you know who Amanda Bynes is?
Oh, no.
You don't know who Amanda Bynes is? Oh, my goodness.
Wait.
That
I think I do. I probably, if I saw her,
Yeah. But that middle sculpt and scan looks like Amanda Bynes in her heyday, which is funny, but this figure looks great. I can't wait to see the soft goods that comes with it. She's got her hat. Is this one that I need to get you one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
so
what? Oh, yeah. Yeah, sorry.
I need to keep tabs. Now, also, there's a new logo in LumberJillville in the top right corner. If you like it, let me know in the comments.
Hold on. I am so glad you're going to the Great Wolf Lodge.
My daughter is a people of the fans, a people of the people, if you will.
You're the one talking. I look.
That's fair.
I look.
So yeah, this Chelsea looks amazing. I'm excited. Now it is a little, I don't like to be that person that's like, well, this person deserves an ultimate before, but like, how have we not gotten a Liv Morgan ultimate? It's kind of offensive at this point, to be honest with you, that we haven't gotten a Liv ultimate and Chelsea's getting one before her. However, I love Chelsea and this looks fantastic. Hello, Hong. All right. Tiffy time, princess. It is Tiffy time. So if you look, I can't really zoom in, but if you look close in her midsection, you can see that she does appear to have that new articulation, probably a ball in a socket to where she can really move around. And yeah, this looks great. Now, the face that she comes packaged with doesn't look the best, but this alternate head that she comes with, that actually looks like Tiffany, don't you think?
I like it.
Yeah, that's what I think too. The one without her smiling looks way better. The images, the 3D render images, she looked like that. Oops. She looked like that kid's mom from AEW. I forget her name, Mrs. something. But anyway, long story short, this ultimate looks awesome. I already have 3 pre-ordered. Are you going to want this one?
If you put the other face on her.
Yeah, so I might have to order an extra one for my little princess because
the smiling one makes her look like she's in like a horror movie.
Yeah, she does look a little creepy there. But yeah, this looks awesome. But I can't wait to see the articulation, the midsection articulation. Like, finally, it looks like Tiffany's getting a good figure, and she deserves it. All right, next up, we have this 2-pack, Cody Rhodes and Brandi. Now, the packaging is beautiful, and I have to say that I'm getting this only for the Brandi, and I might be the only person in the entire world that's getting it just for the Brandi. Now, I have to say, so what do you think of this, Adley? Oh, wait. How many thumbs?
Answer that one, because this guy has said it twice, and I feel bad ignoring him.
Yes. I gave a shout out at the beginning. You know, I've said before, I am not a fan of Hulk as a person. You know, that's just my personal beliefs. But by no means should anyone's passing be celebrated. I've seen a lot of people celebrating his passing, and that's just like, that's gross human behavior. You know what I mean? It really shows the type of person they are. I mean, I wasn't a big fan, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of wrestling fans. There's a lot of individuals that are affected by his passing, and I don't want people to be sad, right? So it is somber, very somber. Okay, so how many thumbs up do you give Tiffy? 1.
This one for the smiling, and this one for
the alternate head, yeah. All right, so yeah, we're getting it just for the Brandi. So I have to ask my daughter the opinions. I think this is cringy. They come with kissing heads.
Oh, I was gonna ask, why are their eyes closed?
Yeah, they come with kissing heads. What do you think of that?
Wait, are they married?
Yeah, they're married. Oh. They're married. You know what their daughter's name is?
What?
Liberty. Isn't that cool?
Liberty.
Not the insurance company.
Sorry.
So yeah, the kissy heads are probably the cringiest thing I've ever seen in wrestling figure history. I'm just going to be honest with you.
Are their hands like this so they can hold hands?
Oh, I wonder if they are. They can interlock their fingers and be in love. But this Brandi, I'm super stoked for this Brandi. I think it looks fantastic. The Cody looks cool too, and of course Cody's coming with the Brandi. I'll probably sell one of my Codys. If not both of them, or make a trade, because I wouldn't mind having 3 of those Brandi Ultimate Editions, honestly. I think it looks really, really good. I love the soft goods. I'm interested. Now, if you look at her midsection, she doesn't appear to have that new Ultimate Edition articulation. Yeah, it looks like she just has the basic style, but that's okay because with her attire, she doesn't need to be the most mobile or the most articulated figure because it's not like you're going to display her doing moonsaults like Tiffy. All right. Next, we have new Elite packaging, Princess. So the old Elite packaging, I'm trying to see if I have an example right here. So here's the old Elite style packaging. And right next to it is the new. And as you can see, the window size has expanded. It's gone back to how it used to be, and I'm so happy. And especially because hopefully it's a little more stable, a little more sturdy. This is like paper thin. It's loose. It feels cheap. So I love the new packaging. What do you think of the new packaging?
Yeah.
And on top of that, Alba Fire is awesome. She's finally getting a figure, but it's kind of bittersweet because you know what they did, Adley? They probably had her tag team partner scheduled in this line, but they fired her. So they're just releasing her in her tag team gear with the tag team title, but her partner's not getting released.
That's funny.
Yeah. So I love the new packaging here. I think it's beautiful. It's got a new aesthetic to it. I love the open window. Thank you for bringing that back. And it's gorgeous packaging. Now, the Alba figure itself, I think it looks great. I really do. I think the likeness, I mean, it's a hit or a miss. I'll wait to have it in hand. I don't think it looks the best from the images, just to be honest with you, but having it in hand is always the final judge. But at the end of the day, I'm happy that she's getting a figure. I mean, she was a historical female when she was in NXT UK. I mean, she was just a fantastic talent. So I'm really, really excited to be getting an Alba Fire figure. And I'm glad it's an Elite because we're going to talk about the basics or the main event figures. We're going to kind of talk about my concerns there because there were a lot of women's main event figures shown off. And I have quite a bit of concerns with the women's basics. I'm going to be honest with you. She has basic boots. Let's see.
Yeah, she does.
It looks like it. It's hard to tell. I believe you, though. It's hard to tell without zooming in, but you know, that's kind of stupid, but it is what it is. I guess she'll stand a little better maybe, but I think the figure looks really cool, so I'm excited for that.
I'm
now,
a Spirit fan. I hope you don't go out.
Oh, yeah. Be careful. Now, I will say that we are covering this in order, so we're going to cover Elites first, or we're going to cover Ultimate Editions, then Elites, and then AEW figures, and then the main event figures, because I have a lot to say about those. Next up, look at this. We have finally a new Liv Morgan face sculpt and scan, and it looks beautiful. Now, it's a little questionable how we didn't see any Liv Morgan fit. Well, we did. We'll get to that later, but we didn't see any new Liv Morgan Elites or Ultimate Editions. But this right here, you know what this looks like, everybody? This looks like SummerSlam 2022 from Nashville, and I was at that show, and I'm thinking she might be in the SummerSlam Elite line for next year, and I would love that. I would order about 5 of these, Princess, because she had this purple attire. It was a beautiful looking attire. And I think the sculpt and scan looks great. However, it's kind of sad to say that it's already outdated and this isn't even released or even in the release stages. So I don't know what it is with Mattel, but they really seem to drag their feet with Liv Morgan figures. And it's bizarre because I feel like they all sell really well. If you go to eBay and type in any Liv Morgan figure, pretty much every single one is going for a decent money compared to other wrestling figures. So like, why would they not hammer out a bunch of Liv Morgan figures? They're starting to do that with Rhea, rightfully so, but I feel like Liv and Rhea should both be released multiple waves, multiple times a year. Will you be streaming SummerSlam like Evolution? It depends what weekend SummerSlam is. Maybe Princess and I will stream SummerSlam this year. That'd be fun. We'll get a pizza and we'll stream. I'll have to see if it's a weekend I have my little girl.
It's not. That's okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so new Liv Morgan face, really exciting, but again, very questionable how this sculpt and scan that is years outdated now. Why are we just seeing it now? Why is it just being shown in proto 3D rendering form when they should be at the stages? They should be way past the stages by now, you know? So it is what it is. Look at this. We have Street Fighter.
I like that.
Bianca Belair.
I gotta get a closer look at that.
I am so excited for this.
I like that.
I am so excited for this. And when they first showed images of the Street Fighter line, I threw a little hissy fit online. Not really, but I did comment, like, why would they not include a female? Especially Chun-Li. Now, Xia Li would have been perfect for Chun-Li, having the Chinese background. However, they made Rey Mysterio Ryu, so they could have made anyone Chun-Li. But making Bianca Cammy is awesome. Now, this is another time where I feel like they could have made Liv Morgan Cammy, but I am glad that Bianca's in the line, and unfortunately, this is a Walmart exclusive. So with that being said, a Walmart exclusive, they're hard to get. It is really, really hard to find these. Pre-orders don't really work out on Walmart.com. So I am worried that it's going to be hard to find this figure. But yeah, I'm super excited. Super, super excited for this Bianca figure. Sorry, we're getting some distractions.
Can I text her and ask her?
Yeah. But yeah, so this Bianca looks great. I can't wait. I'm nervous. I'm probably going to have to buy it on the secondary market if I had to guess, because it's probably going to be hard to find in store. And on top of that, it's probably going to be short packed, just like all the women's figures by Mattel. But I need this. I need multiple of this, and I need it now. Okay, so this is probably one of everyone's most look forward to elite. It's Stephanie Vaquer.
Ooh, I like the corset, like extra.
Yeah, and it has a fabric train that comes off of it that I'll show you. So
kind of like what's the name of it?
that is, yes,
like
that is,
like less.
Yeah, that Bianca is supposed to be Cammy from Street Fighter, which is so cool. But yeah, so Stephanie Vaquer, I have trouble saying it, I know. But this looks awesome. We got an interchangeable head. The sculpting looks awesome. The soft goods look great. The likeness looks great. Now, this is just but I'm really pleased with how this looks, and I can't wait to see it come out. So hopefully it comes out soon. I feel like they're going to try to push this out soon because it's going to be a hot seller. So as soon as it goes up on Ringside Collectibles, I would pre-order this bad boy because it's going to be very, very, very hard to get, in my opinion. I think it looks like it's going to be amazing. Now, here's like the test shot of it, and I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty good. You see how it has like that fabric train coming off that corset?
Yeah, I like that.
And I think the sculpt looks great. We'll wait to see how the scan prints out on it, but it looks really good. And we stopped doing the thumbs up every time, but you like that one, huh?
Yeah.
Now, Julia,
that's a bad angle.
That's a bad angle. I couldn't get a straight on Julia shot at the time of making the slideshow, but the Julia Elite looks great. It looks super, super awesome. So I am really, really happy and excited for this to be coming out. And I imagine it'll be coming out around the same time as Stephanie. And just like Stephanie, I think it's going to be a hot seller. I think it's going to be hard to get. And I need to find out. I wish I had some connections with Mattel so I can ask them, like, why are the women's figures so hard to find? I just went to Ollie's and they had about 1 million of those WrestleMania basics. The line with Batista and I forget who else is in it. Ricky Steamboat, Batista. They didn't have a single Liv Morgan. So I wonder how rare. What's going on?
Should I say what's up? Oh, just wait.
You can
after.
Wait till after. Okay. Sorry, we have a little a distraction going on. But yeah, so I'm excited for this Julia figure. Here's the 3D, I guess, test shot, we'll say, not 3D. It is 3D because it's a test shot looking thing. I love the sculpting work on this figure. Now, I think this is actually Julia holding it, and it looks awesome. I can't wait for this figure. No. Are you excited for this? This one.
Yeah.
I like her hair. You know, I've said that.
The face print looks pretty good, honestly.
Yeah. Now, the thing is, I've said this for a long time that Mattel needs to work on making the women's hair look a lot more realistic, add some character to it, whether that be highlights or dark root colors. You know, especially that last Liv Morgan was an example of, come on, just don't make it one color, people. You know what I mean? So it's good to see that with this Julia, it looks like they're going to have purple streaks in there. I think that looks fantastic. All right, now this one, Bull Nakano Legends figure. Wow. She was inducted into the Hall of Fame, not this past WrestleMania, the one before that, I believe. And this figure looks amazing. This is long overdue. Like, I can't believe it took so long for them to release this figure. And this is what I'm talking about, because here's the thing. The Legends line has had a lot of questionable releases. Now, I get very defensive over women and women's wrestling figures because they just don't get the respect level, not just from a lot of collectors, but from the companies themselves. And the Legends line is a perfect example of that. I mean, look how few women were released in the Legends line. And the ones that were released, the questionable releases, like why would you release a Miss Hancock and not release Stacy Keibler in Dudley attire or something that would sell? You know, why would you release just a basic old Chyna when there's other Chyna looks you could have gone with? It's just a mess, in my opinion, some of their decisions that they've made releasing women in the Legends line. But this to me looks like a home run. So it looks like someone actually put in the thought, put in the effort and said, you know what? We need a Bull Nakano figure, and the Legends line would be perfect for it because this figure looks great. And this looks like my daughter's hair when she wakes up in the morning.
Oh, awesome.
So yeah, I'm super excited. I am really, really excited for that. All right, next we have Michelle McCool. Now on the left, we have the test shot image, and then we have the 3D rendering. I think it looks like a beautiful figure.
I like that accessory.
Yeah, the accessory is cool. The in-half Divas title, not Divas, the women's championship.
On the breaking table and like break them both at the same time.
That would be cool. Now, it's a lot of people are saying kind of the same thing that I'm saying. Like, where's Layla? How can you have Michelle McCool without Layla L? And I agree, you know, I mean, especially with that title, like she shared that with Layla. But I hate to say it, but I think the only reason she's getting a Legends figure is because she's married to The Undertaker, because I think Michelle McCool was a cool character, but I don't necessarily think she really moved the needle for the women. And I think that's what this Legends line should kind of focus on, you know, with Molly Holly, with Chyna, you know, Bull Nakano. I think it's really cool to include women that kind of moved the needle. And Michelle's not really there, but she's married to The Undertaker, so that'll get her in the Hall of Fame and get her a new figure. And yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it. Anytime a woman's included in the Legends line, I'm excited for it. So I'm definitely looking forward to this Michelle McCool. Now we have Chyna, and she might be coming with that IC title. If you look at that image there, looks really cool, but I've kind of got Chyna fatigue. I said this before, even though I'm big in women's wrestling, that's my passion. I don't know. I think Chyna was kind of an example of right place, right time, right look. I don't necessarily think she really did a whole lot to move the needle for the women. She was given opportunities, you know, like that Intercontinental Championship. There's a rumor that she's supposed to win the main WWF Championship, but in my opinion, I don't really think she did a whole lot to advance the women as far as, you know, like what Trish did or Lita did. I don't know. I don't put her in the same category. She's not on my women's wrestling Mount Rushmore. But this is definitely a unique Chyna, and this looks to be like it might be my favorite Chyna that we've ever had released. So that's definitely a good thing. So that's cool that at least we're having a Chyna that looks toyetic, right? That really does look like it might sell some units, but yeah. So yeah, that's the Monday Night War line too. So this is the second woman included in the Monday Night War line. The other one was Lita, and that was like the most basic, dumbed down women's figure in elite form that I've seen in years. But this one looks a lot better. So yeah, but Monday Night Wars, I mean, you wonder why they haven't released a Medusa yet. Like, her dropping the WWF Women's Championship in the trash on live TV is arguably what sparked the Monday Night Wars. It was definitely a big moment. So how have we not got that in this line, or even the Defining Moments line, which we'll talk about that at the end. But yeah, so Chyna looks cool. Not really your favorite, huh?
I don't know. Like, I feel like her hair makes it look like her chin, like her neck is like this long. It's like really long.
Yeah, it does look a little bizarre.
And then her head looks like small.
Now, this one looks cool. This is Io Sky. She comes with a purple trash can with a yellow bottom. I put an image here because a lot of people are saying, why is there a purple trash can with her? It's because of that spot at the Survivor Series War Games. I believe it was 2024, where she recreated her spot from years before in NXT, where she famously put the trash can over herself and jumped off the cage. She did it again this night, and this looks to be a straight repaint. I hope that they fix the sculpting, because the last Io Sky Elite, which has become very hard to get, very expensive, it scaled up too big. Like, it doesn't look good next to Dakota Kai and Bailey because she looks too scaled up, right? Like, if they scaled the figure down a little bit, made it a little more petite, it would be a perfect figure, but they didn't do that. So hopefully this one is scaled down a little bit. It does look to be a repaint, but maybe they edited some of the parts here to put it down. Now, a lot of people are saying, and they might not be wrong, that probably a last minute replacement for an Isla Dawn Elite, and they're probably right. Although Io is one of those superstars like a Liv Morgan or like a Rhea Ripley that should get multiple figures per year, and we just don't get that from Mattel. So I am glad, and it's cool to see. We don't get a lot of repaints of women's wrestling figures, so I'm excited to get this figure. And like I said, I hope it's scaled down, because if it is, it might be a perfect women's wrestling figure. What do you think about this?
I like the trash can, and I think her outfit's pretty good, but her head looks big.
Yeah,
And it looks like she's balding because it looks like she has no hair.
I'm just hoping it's scaled down a little bit, because like I said, it's hard to notice, but if you have that Io Sky Elite, if you put it on your shelf next to, well, I don't know, any other women's wrestling figure, you can see like, wow, they kind of overestimated her height. You know, it's just a little too scaled up. So that's a little. Oh, huh? I need more details, Spirit Fan. I need to hear this. How do you feel about WWE replaced Eva with Becky? Huh? Explain. Yeah, but not just taller. It's hard to explain. Like, I have damage control over my shoulder. Wait, which? Right there. And if you look on the shelf, I mean, she's just too tall. She's overscaled. You know, all her body parts are a little too overscaled. So Io Sky, she's kind of behind Kyrie there. Kyrie's in the front holding her hand. And then Io Sky's behind her. They should be about the same height. Can you see how Io's bigger? That's my damage control. I love my little damage control shelf. What is up, Edwin? So yeah, we'll see how it turns out. Next up, we have a new Roxanne Perez Elite. Now, a big question is, are they going to fix the scan? Because her face sculpt and scan on her first figure wasn't exactly the best. Is her figure on my NXT shelf? There it is. It's in the front. Can you grab it? With holding the bell over her shoulder. So it looks like almost, you know, it looks a little different as far as sculpting goes in her. She's tiny in real life. Like, the sculpting looks different on her top and her midsection, and her boots look the same. Knee pads maybe the same, but the face sculpt and the hair sculpt kind of looks the same. I'll hold up her previous figure to the screen in 1 second.
That face looks a little longer. Like, it looks
okay. They needed to fix it. Now, what they really need to do is put red lipstick on her, because she is known to wear bright red lipstick, or at least dark lipstick, whatever this look is based off of. But let's hold that up to the camera. Oh, hold on. Roxy. Oh, man, she just went, here's Roxy. So, yeah, it looks to be very similar in the sculpt and scan, but like my daughter said, it looks like it might be a different shit. Wait, is she showing teeth? It might be a brand new sculpt. Is she showing teeth?
No.
Okay, so it probably is a brand new sculpt. I thought it was the same, but if you look, she's got a smile with her teeth there, and it looks like the new face. Looks like the new face.
Spirit Fan.
Yeah, be careful, Spirit Fan. There's some bad storms. All right, next we have, this is going to cause nightmares for my daughter. We have Nikki Cross.
No, it's not.
Do you like it?
It's
cool.
doing the ring.
Yeah. I hope this comes out for Jilloween. Okay, I'm going to have to get my daughter one, apparently. Too bad. The only way to get it is you have to get this stinking 3-pack, and it's going to be a Walmart exclusive 3-pack. So again, it's going to be hard to get. I think it's a Walmart exclusive. I could be wrong. Maybe it's Target. But yeah, the only way to get this Nikki Cross is to get this 3-pack. So I'm cool to have an Uncle Howdy. I could do without a Ramblin' Rabbit, but it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to try to find in stores. I feel like this is going to be very hard to find in stores, but I'm excited for this Nikki. It looks really, really cool.
Yeah. Wait, how many there's like 42 of them?
No, there's not that many.
How many did you say there were?
I don't remember.
You
All right,
said like
so
4.
next up we have Unrivaled Series 18. This was a huge surprise. This was shown a day prior to the Comic-Con reveals. And I'm so excited. I am so excited for this Mariah May. I got to see her in-ring NXT debut at Great American Bash as Blake Monroe. So like, I'm so excited for this figure because Jazzwares has made some of, if not the best women's wrestling figures now for a year and a half, 2 years. I mean, they've been on it. They have really been on it. And what I love so much about them is they put so much care, attention, and love into each women's wrestling figure, making it unique to their attire, their hair, their body sculpt, their everything is unique. And I love how they handle their women in their line. So I am so excited for this figure. I think it looks amazing. Now, what's really cool is she is going to be the Chase edition at a 5,000. And as you can see, the biggest difference if we go back and forth is not just the face sculpt, but also the hair sculpt and the attire. The attire is a little more simple, but I have a feeling it's going to be very glittery and sparkly, and I think it looks very clean. I don't know if she's going to come with soft goods, but she might. But yeah, now a lot of people are saying that they don't like this face sculpt and scan, but I know better to wait in person. We got to wait in person to see.
Looks like she's cross-eyed.
Yeah, she does look a little bit cross-eyed. Now this face looks a little better. But we'll wait. We'll wait. Yeah. We'll wait to have it in hand because these are just 3D renders, but it looks like it's going to ship like the middle of, I think, August or September. So it should ship pretty soon, and I am super excited. So yeah. Now, next up, we had this little teaser, and I lost my cookies because it's Athena. Athena freaking finally we have an Athena, Ring of Honor women's legend. She's amazing. She's fantastic. Her WWE figures, in my opinion, left a lot to be desired. Her main event figure was a thing. It was a thing. And her elite was cool, but it had a lot of shortcomings. So this looks amazing. The likeness looks great. The wings that she comes with, the Ring of Honor women's title, it looks amazing. This is one of my most anticipated reveals. Now, this will be a Jazzwares Vault exclusive. So it'll be up for probably for pre-order on the Jazzwares Vault. So keep that in mind, but I'm super excited. Next up, we have a Chris Statlander. I don't think I have better images of that Chris Statlander, but we have an updated Chris Statlander. She comes with the soft goods robe. Pretty cool. I don't know if this is going to be a Vault exclusive too, but definitely cool. We're getting another Chris. It looks really, really cool. But I do think that there are a lot of other women that I would have rather seen because I think Chris's first figure is pretty good. But yeah, this definitely looks cool. It looks cool, but I'm so excited for Athena in Mariah May. And then let's talk about this. I think my daughter's getting sleepy. So let's talk about these AEW Big Rubber guys. We have Toni Storm, regular.
I like hers. I like that.
The Chase is in black and white.
Ooh.
Now, Adley, if you had to guess how much these figures cost, not including shipping and handling, this is a piece of rubber, what would you think? Do you know?
You told me, so it's $50.
Yeah, she knows I told her because I said, how I pre-order all women's wrestling figures? Yeah, so it's $50, guys. And, there's a lot of opinions on pro wrestling tees and how they handle business and the fees, the handling charges. I don't think they're the most, I don't know how to say it, company. I have my own thoughts, but yeah, $50, 50. That's not including shipping and handling. So, if you buy this and you pay the extra fees and the shipping and handling, you're probably spending like at least $65 for this figure. Is this figure worth that? No, it's not. And I pre-ordered the Missy Hyatt Big Rubber guys, the Shotzi Big Rubber guys, and I was annoyed at the price. Those were like $45 each, I think. And I'm waiting to have them in hand, but like I'm always honest in my reviews, and I'll be honest if I say, hey, this is a cool figure, but this should be like $20. It's a piece of rubber. Now, obviously, there's sculpting that goes into it, and Big Rubber Guys Collect a Major is an independent company, kind of. But the AEW license probably added a price. Being on Pro Wrestling Tees probably added a lot of the fees and whatnot. So I think they're really trying to get the most out of us collectors, and that kind of rubs me the wrong way. So I haven't pre-ordered this Tony because guess what? If I pre-ordered 2 of these Tonys, hoping to get the chase, I would spend over $110 for 2 figures, and that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's been very hard to support a lot of these independent companies because, you know, for example, Grapplers and Gimmicks, I reviewed the Sherrys that he released, the Queen Sherry, Sensational Sherry, and boy, I was disappointed. And I love Mitch. I think he's such a good person, and you know, I had this relationship with him. I've met him in real life, and he was working out of my hometown and stuff. And you know, but that didn't hold me back in my review to say like, why is this $45? This is like a Happy Meal toy. And I was really let down. And for the most part, anytime I review like a third-party women's wrestling figure, I am let down because the price is astronomical on a lot of these figures. So this Big Rubber guy, I haven't even pre-ordered yet because I have a hard time justifying spending $50, not even spending like $70 to get one of these and spending over 100 to get 2. I just think that's a ripoff. And yeah, Sinistar has a good point. Yep. $24.99 at most. That's how it should be. Now, WWE came out with an announcement that they are releasing LJN style figures. I'm excited to see those price points because I think when they announce the price points are going to be like what, at the most 30, people are going to be like, wait, so WWE's making these figures that cost 30. Why would I spend 50 on a Big Rubber guy? Now I know obviously Mattel's a bigger company. You know, they can make things in higher quantities, thus decreasing the price. But at the end of the day, those details don't really matter to us collectors spending our money. It's basically, do you want to spend half the price on a rubber wrestling toy, or do you want to spend double on a rubber wrestling toy? And for me, I don't want to spend double the price. So I'll wait to see how much they're going to sell those LJN style WWE figures and if they're going to release any women in that line. But yeah, I have a real hard time spending $50 on this because what's my review going to be? My review is going to be, okay, this is cool. This is cool. It's a rubber toy. The end. You know what I mean? So I've even thought about canceling my Shotzi and Missy Hyatt, and I hate to say that because I really want to give the line a try because I did get a Major Bendy Maki Ito, and I thought it was really cool. But yeah, the price point here, you have to let me know in the comments if you think the price point is worth it. I just don't see any world where this figure is worth $50, you know, plus more than that with shipping and handling fees and all that. So yeah, I would rather get a third Alba Fire and maybe Obafemi for the price of one of these. You know, it's crazy to me. It's crazy. And that's a whole video I kind of want to make sometime is like, you know, obviously people are going to say, well, Mayor, just don't buy it. And I get that. And I don't have to. And that's the point of being a collector. You have the choice, the option to buy or not buy. But I don't know, something about a lot of these third-party companies just kind of gets under my skin because I feel like a lot of them are taking advantage of the customers, of the fans, of the collectors. That's not how it should be. You know what I mean? By no means should this toy ever be $50. And yeah, I don't care how good it is. It's a rubber toy. It's a rubber toy with no articulation. And yeah. Yeah, and that's what it comes down to. You can get like the articulated AEW figures for way cheaper. And like I said, I mean, instead of getting one of these Tonys, I'd rather go get 2 more Alba Fires, you know, because you can do fig photography with those. What can you do with this? I don't know. So yeah. Okay, let's see here. Aaron, compare this to the SH Figure Arts Cayman Rider Ghost on Big Bed. Okay, I'll have to check it out. That's interesting. But yeah, so, but a lot of LJN collectors that grew up collecting LJNs, by the way, I did not. So I know that probably limits my interest in the LJN style figures. But you know, it's just not really my thing. So if you're excited for these, then that's awesome. But I just don't understand in any world how these figures should be sold at $50. It's crazy. I should make a video on it because it's like, I don't know, bothers me being a collector. And then we saw this. So we saw this, and this was a little teaser. So this Mercedes doing the Michael Jackson lean. This Mercedes looks to be the unrivaled or I think the unmatched. Look at Adley. Look at Mercedes doing the smooth criminal. But this Tony looks to be the ringside exclusive Tony, but in color, which is great. I was really wanting a Tony that's not, you know, that exclusive chase figure to be in color. So it looks like a new Tony's come in. I love it, love it, love it, love it. And Mercedes, I cannot wait for that Mercedes. Now, this unrivaled or unmatched Mercedes is the same as that Shop AEW Mercedes, so that's kind of a big disappointment, but I'm excited. All right, so now let's get into the main event figures. We're almost there, everybody. I'm sorry, this is very, very long. I know my daughter was getting a little rambunctious. So let's talk. Before I show Sol Ruca, even though you can see her on the screen, let's talk real quick about the problem with the main event line. So the Wendy Chu series, basic or main event series 159 should have been up for pre-order by now. It should have been up for pre-order on Ringside Collectibles, and it's not. So I don't know if that's tariffs delaying it or what, or if they're even going to get main event figures in the future. I don't know. I don't know, because main event 158 wasn't even posted up. I think that had Obafemi in it maybe, but either way, there's no women in that line, but they haven't even put up a, AEW panel Saturday. Okay, I might have another video. But yeah, so long story short, the main event figures have been a huge headache for me because the Wendy Chus, which I'll show you later in the slideshow, I want more than any other women's wrestling figure. I need and want the Wendy Chu. I wore a freaking cow onesie today for that. But at the end of the day, am I going to secure a Wendy Chu? I don't know, because the women main event figures, I think they're short packed. I think they're short ordered, but when they go up on ringside, they sell out within minutes. So it's one of those things, like, there's a lot of women's main event figures that I'll show you today, but it's hard to get excited over the line when they've become really hard to find, and not just pre-order, but actually finding them in stores has been ridiculous. I haven't seen a single Lyra main event figure in stores, but I've seen a million Andrades, a million LA Knights from that same series. And yeah, the women's main event figures are just, they're so scarce. They're so scarce that it's hard to get excited over the reveals of the women's main event figures, because I don't know if I'll even be able to get them. And if I do on eBay, it's going to be like really expensive, right? So anyway, let's move on. So we got Sol Ruca. She's getting her first figure. That is super awesome. I'm really excited for this Sol Ruca figure. I think the sculpt and scan looks good. I love she has her hang loose hands. And yeah, I think it looks good for a main event figure. Now, again, if she was an elite, I'd be 10 times more excited, because these main event figures, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to obtain them. So like I said, it's kind of like it's become a thing where it's been very exhausting as a collector of women's wrestling figures, that I want to review every single women's wrestling figure that's released by Mattel, by AEW, by WWE. And I spend a lot of time throughout the day checking ringside and making sure I don't miss out on that Wendy Chu main event figure. And that's how it's been with every woman included in the main event line for the last year or so. And it's exhausting. It's almost like to the point. And when it is up for pre-order, these main event figures like this Sol Ruca is probably going to be like $30. It's going to be the same price as an elite. And it is by no means worth that price. But that's what you get when you get a lower quantity of something. The price goes up. But I digress. Sol Ruca looks really, really cool. We have Ivy Nile. She's finally getting a figure, and I think it's a really good figure. I think I've had this on my wish list. Actually, I had Sol Ruka and Ivy on my wish list, and we're getting them both. So I'll have to do a wish list by the end of the year here for next year, but I'm so glad that Ivy's finally getting a figure. I think it looks cool, but it's kind of frustrating that the Creed brothers are getting elites, and then poor Ivy's not getting an elite. She's getting a main event, but it looks cool. Looks cool. I'm pretty excited for that. But Sol Ruka, I'm super excited for. But it's crazy because we have like one of the most athletic superstars on the roster, and her figure's not going to have the articulation to really allow her to perform good-looking soul snatchers or any type of moves that she often does. For fig photography, for whatever. So a main event figure for her doesn't really fit. She definitely deserved an elite, and hopefully we'll get an elite moving forward of hers. But yeah, Ivy Nile, pretty cool that we're getting that. Trish Stratus. This is definitely a unique Trish. I love that it is unique. Comes with a cowboy hat. Love the attire. Very, very cool here. The sculpt and scan looks really good. Becky Lynch, not a whole lot to say here. I have about 5 Beckys that look just like this Becky. So it's one of those things that it is what it is. She's back. Hey, sweetie, look at this Trish. Comes with a preppy cowgirl hat. How about that?
It looks similar to the one. It looks like it's the blue version of this one.
Of the one that came with that was another Trish figure. Uh-oh, she dropped it.
It's just the same.
Yeah, it probably is the same actually.
Gold.
Yeah. So yeah, this Becky is definitely underwhelming. I have a lot of Beckys that look just like this. So yeah, Kairi Sane, and look at this attire, Adley. Do you think they put a lot of money into this attire?
Totally.
Yeah. This Kairi Sane main event figure, it's one of those main events that I think is a letdown. I think it's cool that the gloves are actually sculpted on and painted, unlike her elite, which bothers me to this day, even though it's like my favorite elite of all time. They should have painted in the gloves on the elite hand. But yeah, so I love the hair. Look at the hair, Adley. We got some character and some color to the hair. Oh, yeah. We got a little face marking there. Figure looks really cool, but the attire, boy, oh boy, were they cost cutting on this figure, right? But I'm excited she's getting a main event figure. Now, Kalani Jordan, I'm really excited for. I think this looks like a beautiful figure. But once again, it's hard to get excited over main event figures. At the end of the day, it's just really hard to get excited over these because they're so hard to get. But I'm glad that we're seeing some NXT women included in the Mattel line at all. You know, we got Kalani, we got Soul. Really, really excited for them, but I want to see them in the elite line. But yeah, this looks good for a main event figure for sure. Let's talk about this Liv. So this Liv is going to be in a Showdown 2-pack that comes with Dom. So the good news is it probably will go up for pre-order. The rest of the main events I'm showing today, I don't know if they will. But this face sculpt, y'all, they have had the same but the same general face sculpts and scans. They have a couple that they rotate between for Liv Morgan over the years, and they are so outdated. Like, I don't understand. We did see the 3D renders of an upcoming elite, but like, why do they keep reusing the same sculpts and scans on most of her main event figures? And like I said, she has had some different ones, some unique ones. Her Showdown 2-pack that came with Ronda was a unique one that got later re-released in that Netflix basic wave. But like, she hasn't had a fantastic, perfect sculpt and scan yet, and it's frustrating because this figure looks. It's a figure, right? What do you think of this figure? I mean, it's a Liv Morgan figure, so I'll take all the Livs, but yeah, I mean, it's okay. You know, at least it's included in a Showdown 2-pack because the good news is it'll probably be relatively easy to pre-order or find. But at the end of the day, you know, Liv deserves better, and hopefully they're working on Ultimate Editions, on Elites. I hope they're really, you know, prepping us for a lot of Livs to come out. Because yeah, it's just kind of just there. Look at this Jade. This Jade Cargill main event looks amazing, but this attire should have 1000% been released in elite form. Maybe they didn't want to do it because it would have been very similar as far as the silver attire goes. But I love this look with her hair sculpt being unique, that line going down her face, going down her chest. That was such a good look for Jade, that this looks like an all-timer women's basic / main event figure, in my opinion. We'll wait to see when it comes out, but this looks fantastic, and Jade freaking deserves it. And yeah, so I could head swap it, but I don't like to head swap my figures because I like to review them how they come out of the package, and I like to keep them that way. I'm weird, y'all. It's not like I'm not sticking my nose in the air or anything, but I like to keep figures how they are when they're released. Now I do have a couple like fix-ups or customs that I keep separate. But yeah, head swapping is because I feel like in years, if I head swap, I'll be like, hey, this figure came out awesome. And deep down, it did not come out awesome, but I head swapped it. It's a weird thing. Weird thing of Mayor Aaron's. But yeah, this looks like a great main event figure. We got this Trish. We did see the images earlier. I should have moved this image, but there's the 3D render. It looks cool. We got Wendy Choo, dark Wendy Choo. I love it. I love the dark look. We've looked at this before in LumberJillville. The hair sculpt is awesome. The evil face is great. The slippers, if you look at the slippers, they're different than her chase. I believe this is going to be the chase. This is going to be the standard. And this is the one I really want. Now, I want both. I'm a huge Wendy Choo fan. I have a Choo Crew t-shirt. I wear a cow onesie on the reg. My daughter's a giraffe onesie on. We need these figures. But it's very frustrating because at the end of the day, I don't know how easy these figures are going to be able to get. I feel like the pre-order should have been up by now or like a month ago on Ringside. Some other websites have pre-orders up for this series. I don't know if any of them have Wendy Choo in specific. A lot of them are sold out of the pre-orders. So it's frustrating because this is a figure that I would want to order multiple of each. And I don't know if I'm going to get that opportunity, and that sucks, so it's a letdown. But like I said, I get on Ringside multiple times throughout the day hoping to get this pre-ordered, and I just haven't been able to because it hasn't been up. So it's a concern of mine. If anyone ends up finding these figures, this one or the dark version, please reach out to me. I will pay you. I just really want these figures to review. I want them in my collection really, really bad. We got Tiffany, not much to say. She's in Dorothy from Wizard of Oz attire. So I did see her for pre-order on, I believe it's J&J Figures. So definitely check that out. I might pre-order her on there just to have one of them at least locked up, even though the Choo's the one I really want. So yeah, I mean, it's not the best Tiffany. It's the previous Elite head sculpt and scan, but it looks okay. And then I think that is it. So this was a very long stream. My daughter is, oh my gosh, it's almost been an hour.
What?
It's almost been an hour.
How?
I don't know. So it's been 52 minutes. I just wanted to get on here and go over all the images. But if anyone has any questions, let me know. If not, I'm going to jump off here. You can rewatch this video. Make sure to comment on it. Subscribe to LumberJillville. Let me know what you think of the new logo in the corner there. And I'll have to update the social medias. We always get the most amount of viewers right when we're like getting off. Okay, Goldby saw a Liv head earlier, so let's show you the Liv sculpt and scan. So this was shown off with no context except for it had an Elite logo. So it's an upcoming Elite of Liv Morgan, and they didn't announce what it's from, but I have my suspicions. Okay. I think this Liv Morgan sculpt and scan, and everyone look it up. SummerSlam 2022. I was there in Nashville. I think they're going to put a Liv Morgan in a SummerSlam Elite Wave. And the reason, they're not announcing it is because it's probably like 9 months away from coming out. But that's what it looks like. Her hair and her mannerisms and stuff from that night at SummerSlam. So maybe it's an Ultimate Edition. Maybe I'm wrong, but oh my gosh, if we got her SummerSlam 2022 look in the Ultimate Edition line, I would order so many. So yeah, this Liv Morgan sculpt and scan looks good. I think they just showed it because so many people are kind of annoyed and over Mattel just reusing the same sculpt and scans on Liv when she's one of the biggest superstars in the company. And she doesn't get the same love that anyone else gets, and it's annoying. But yeah, it could be from a different look at the time. I really hope it's SummerSlam 2022. So yeah, any other questions? Anyone have anything else? And maybe we'll do a live stream for SummerSlam. I'll have to let you know. We'll have to figure out, when exactly SummerSlam is. But yeah, definitely watch this back, Ghost and Tony. I'll have to do that. I'll do that here in a little bit, like off camera. But does anyone else want to see something one last time before I hop off? I really want to make this under an hour because I didn't realize it was so long. Oh my goodness. And I am sweating in this cow onesie, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I am struggling, y'all.
I told you to turn the fan on.
Oh, I didn't know if it'd mess with the sound. I am struggling, so I need to change. But if y'all are good, how do you feel about Becky being the first SmackDown Women's Champion? This was Eva Marie because she got released and they gave it to Becky. That's interesting. I'll have to look that up. I didn't know that. Okay, here we go. Love to see the new Rhea Ripley Ultimate Edition. Well, you're in luck because I will show you it. It'll be the last thing I show today. Let me backtrack. Here it is. The upcoming Rhea Ripley Ultimate Edition comes with the mask, the vest. It looks like an alternate head, alternate hands. I love this figure. And again, peep the articulation in the midsection. It looks to be new. And if you can't tell on that one, you can see here it looks to be new. And then look at Tiffy. Tiffy doesn't have that just straight line going across. It looks like it might be on a ball joint. So, yeah, there's Rhea. There's Rhea. Now, that being said, the Princess of LumberJillville and I are going to sign off. We love all of you. Thank you for watching. Make sure to comment, make sure to like, and share this video. And stay tuned. Hopefully that Ultimate Edition Bayley comes out soon. I was really hoping to have it soon. Now, that being said, thanks for stopping by LumberJillville. Women's wrestling lives here. Thanks for watching. Have a great night, y'all. What do you got?
Bye-bye. Have a good day.
Have a good day. See ya.